What's going on, my Broodwar brothers? Welcome back to another replay cast. We've got RoyaL here in the top right hand corner. Down in the bottom right, it is XiaoShuai, our Chinese Zerg player, one of the best non-Korean players in the world. Happened to run up against possibly the best Terran player in the world right now. Debatably. We haven't seen Flash come back just yet. Of course, he is always a factor. His military service is over, but we haven't heard any news from him. And then, of course, there's Light, who performs consistently well in the ASL for the most part, getting deep into that tournament, but, you know, sometimes falls short. I think RoyaL carries him a lot in KCM, the tournament that I cast, but he is arguably the top Terran player in the world right now. Definitely, inarguably the top three, I would say. In the top three for sure. We'll see what our Chinese Zerg player can do against him. He's going to start off with a 12 hatch. And we've got a barracks here on high ground. Not gonna utilize the walling technique here at the front. It's fallen out of favor a little bit as of late. Players returning to this kind of original style of building the barracks here in the main, keeping the depot safe in one of these corners here. When you build that wall, it does keep you a little bit safer from things like Ling-Olids and that. But then you end up with, you know, you've got your barracks here, you've got two supply depots here, which can easily be picked off by Mutalisk when the harassment does start. However, if you build your command center here and then just put one supply depot right about there, you can still keep your Marines in a nice position around that supply depot and not really have an extra spot like over here where you need to defend. Even though it's not that big of a difference between here and here, when it comes to Mutalisk Micro and defending against Mutalisk harassment, it is a really big difference. And we've got one Marine moving out on the map. I believe that was spotted by XiaoShuai's Overlord. So should be producing just a couple of Lings here in order to counter. Hasn't thrown down the gas yet, which is an interesting development here. When will he be throwing down a third hatchery? I don't see any other. Yeah, there we go. There's the third hatch. The timing was a little bit funky there, but he does throw that down. He is going to be going 3 hatch. It's completely revealed here by RoyaL, and we'll see how he decides to answer this. And I'm going to be watching XiaoShuai pretty closely here. I said XiaoShuai very, very closely here because I do want to learn how to do 3 hatch build. I've been messing around a lot with the 2 hatch build and a lot of zealots builds on the ladder, and gotta say it's been working out pretty fantastically. The Guardian build is amazing. It's really, really strong, but I do want to learn 3 hatch 2 eventually. Is a good mix up in your play. You can't just go 2 hatch every single game. You become way too predictable. If you can throw some good 3 hatch play in there as well, I think you can take a lot more games with that unpredictable play. Looks like 5 Marines heading over towards the natural, and this is a lot of Lings, so he's gonna have to turn around and run home. Yeah, 5, 6 Marines all grouped up like this, they can do okay. With the SCV blocking, actually, it's gonna force XiaoShuai to turn around here, so not a bad move by RoyaL. Is gonna force out some more Lings, I think. Yeah, he forced 6 more pairs of Lings. That is a huge investment here for XiaoShuai. He would love to be getting his second gas right now and pumping out a bunch of drones, but instead what we see is just a massive amount of Lings, and that's not going to do him any good here with RoyaL already headed all the way back home. He's going into 2 racks now. He's already got +1 on the way. This is a macro-oriented build. This is a upgrade-oriented and facing build here. He wants to get his upgrades rolling really, really well here. Get himself into a good mid-game position. He's not planning to do anything like a 2 racks push. As you can see, that second rack's just coming up now, means he's just going to be sitting here defensively, and all these lings are going to kind of go to waste. Ooh, a lurker upgrade on the way. A ton of lings here, but what can he do with these? I mean, RoyaL is just going to sit here, right? I don't think he moves out right now. He doesn't have scan, doesn't have any information about the map. Can XiaoShuai get in here? Here comes the scanner now. There's the second medic coming out, and look at all the lings sitting out here. RoyaL, if he moves out, he is going to be regretting that decision immensely. Here we go. He's going to start to move forward, and the lings come up. Oh my god, RoyaL not reacting right away. He's going to get completely surrounded and killed. GG. RoyaL taps out, and I've got a nice surprise for you guys. This is not the only game in our series. Surprise, surprise, guys. We've got multiple games here. This series is not over. RoyaL and XiaoShuai meet on the ladder all the time. And specifically on this day in March, they happen to run into each other quite a few times. So we're going to be watching all of those games. This is game number 2 here. We are on Nemesis. We've got RoyaL here in the top right, the yellow Terran player, and the bottom left, of course, it is XiaoShuai, the white Zerg player. Riding high off that win. I mean, I think that RoyaL kind of outplayed XiaoShuai in a lot of ways, but wasn't expecting the Ling all in after that, and was hidden nicely by XiaoShuai. I think that had RoyaL stayed tucked in his natural for just a few more seconds, those scanners were about to finish. He just scans the main base, and the natural sees the number of drones. He should know instantly that it's an all-in. Pull the SCVs, make a little wall there. Even just keeping the Marines in that tucked position should have been enough. Maybe run up the ramp, anything to stay alive in that game, but he doesn't have that patience. He ends up sending out his Marines there and gets completely surrounded and killed. Now he's over in Nemesis, starting off with a wall in here. So this is actually maybe a response to the game just previous. And I will say again, these games were played one right after the other. So matching each other on ladder over and over again here. These players are very evenly matched. We've got a wall in, which should prevent any Ling damage in the early game. But like I said, it will be a target here for later Mutalisk harassment if that does indeed come. It can also be hit by lurkers. If lurkers come up to the front here, set up this like an arc in the front, it's very hard to break through this with Marines, and you're going to end up losing those supply depots. There is buildable terrain out here, which is nice. This is buildable terrain, so you can throw a couple of bunkers down here if you do see that coming in time, and RoyaL should know. You know, he's not going to miss his scan timing or anything like that. He's a very, very solid player. So he should be able to find out if it's going to be lurker or not. Now, what do we have here in the back? It appears to be a factory, so a wall right into a factory. RoyaL going to play a trick on his opponent here. XiaoShuai, if he sends slings across the map, he's going to see this wall. He's not going to be able to see the lack of command center here in the back. All he's going to see is no production here in the front with that barracks. That should be enough actually to tip him off that something's wrong, that there's going to be a vulture on the way, though we haven't seen any sort of scout here. He is going to throw down the creep colony. Maybe we did bring the drone up here to the front. I didn't see that, but he's aware. Creep colony on the way should be enough to keep him alive. Maybe RoyaL gonna do something tricky over here. He is hanging out with that SCV. I don't know what that SCV is doing, glitching around or something. Waiting for the drone to come through and try to throw down the hatch. Then he can try to block it. Looks like the SCV gonna get in here for that scout. We'll end up seeing the spire here. And everything that's going on in XiaoShuai's base has been revealed now. Looks like Wraith's gonna come out. Okay, 2-port Wraith gonna be the follow-up here for RoyaL. And you can see the lateness of this command center. He sacrificed a lot of economy to get this going. But he is gonna have a lot of pressure on the map. We'll see if he goes command or control tower after this to start the cloak upgrade. And yes, he will. Cloak upgrade going to be on the way here. It'll be up to XiaoShuai to hold off this cloaked wraith attack. We've got some overlords around the map. I'm just checking to see how many overlords we have out here. No overlords in the base. 1, 2, and 3 out in the front. These could be easy pickoffs for RoyaL, because XiaoShuai, he doesn't have his spire just done quite yet. Another couple of overlords pop out. Those are going to be safe at home, but he may be able to find this one over here, actually sending the wraith around the map. He's expecting that perhaps the first overlord went to the right hand side and then is making a beeline north, looking for that overlord. Unfortunately, the overlord actually was sent northwards to start off, which makes sense. You want it to be over top of the natural, so maybe RoyaL making a bit of a mistake there. He could have sent his wraith up here, would have found that easily. Bunch of mutalisks crossing the map here. He wants to put on that pressure, try to pick off a wraith or two if he can, but the cloak is just about finished. Going back now, gonna find this SCV. Should be able to clear that out and potentially take his third base now. We do have overlord speed on the way, so XiaoShuai doing the right thing, recognizing that cloak could be a potential upgrade here. Gonna go ahead and anticipate that eventuality. Grabbing the speed upgrade for the overlords will be very important. He's lost 1 drone so far, but only 1. RoyaL being pushed back here. XiaoShuai with the good overlord positioning and mutalisk attention and management. Gonna keep that group of wraiths away. There's an overlord crossing the map. XiaoShuai bringing everything, man. He's sending all the overlords. All but 1. This is the only overlord he's leaving back at home. All the other overlords are heading across the map. 1 does get picked off. That was a great pick from RoyaL. That's going to delay this push by quite a bit. We have to wait for this overlord now before we can engage here in the natural. XiaoShuai biding his time here. He really wants these overlords to arrive. He needs to get this attack going. 1 single bunker here in the front is all he has for the defense. RoyaL needs to pull SCVs here and keep this alive. Here we go. Ling's gonna dive directly onto that bunker. Uh-oh, he doesn't push the Lings through, actually, focusing more of his attention onto the mutalisk control there. He is picking off quite a few of these wraiths, and the Lings are going to town here in the natural, killing off the turrets as well. Although 4 wraiths remain and only 1 muta is here, Lings are going to town on the SCVs. Gonna run through here, try to pick off some of these turrets as well. We've got some more mutas being rallied up here, but that's a lot of wraiths. How many do we have? 7 wraiths here with only 3 mutas. 4 mutas on the side of XiaoShuai. He's got to be very careful when engaging this. Some of these are quite low. Picking off 2 mutas already. There goes the 3rd. And a 4th. Oh, he accidentally A-clicked the egg there. A bit of a mistake. But he still will be able to push this away. And if he pushes all of these mutas away, he's going to immediately be able to kill off all the overlords as well. Trying to get a bunker up, desperate to get that bunker out. 2 vultures here in the front. A fire bat as well should be enough to hold off these Lings. Nicely done there. RoyaL just barely keeping himself alive. Has the advantage in the air now with the science vessel coming out. I think this is just going to be a continued all-in from XiaoShuai, and I don't think it's going to end up working. That's quite a few vultures here in the front. The science vessel is going to have its irradiate here soon. How many Scourge do we have with this? No Scourge so far. And drones popping out, so maybe no all-in here to continue. I think he canceled that a little bit too quickly. I wish I had clicked that in time, but the scan came down. He immediately canceled and started making an evolution chamber. I feel like that was a little bit too fast. I think that RoyaL might have actually seen that. He might have actually seen that cancel and be able to react to it. That was probably a Queen's Nest canceled and made into an Evo chamber. Kind of upgrades are we getting here? No upgrades from this Evo chamber just yet. We're getting muscular augments here. The speed upgrade for the Mutalisk. Few wraiths are going to fly here into the main. I think that XiaoShuai has seen it. Yeah, he's sending all of his mutas back home. Here they come. Going to get a few drone kills here in the main base, but they will have to scatter the moment the Mutalisk come back here to defend. I think that was about 5, maybe 6 drones got killed off. And there we go. Overlord's not in position. He's got to chase this down. Oh, he's not going to get the moving shot here. Poor XiaoShuai, not able to pick off even a single one of those wraiths. Wraiths moving around this side. A vulture moving down through here. He could kill this egg and open up a pathway for later game harassment. Coming back into the main base again. He's going to go for some more drones. 1 drone gets picked off. 2 drones get picked off. And it looks like he'll have to split and send his wraiths back home. 2 do end up dying. The rest going to split off and be safe here. 17 drones to 39 SCVs. I think RoyaL is in the lead at this point. It's going to be moving out with a pretty scary force here. A couple of tanks, 3 tanks actually. May have siege mode as well, but this tank could get picked off. Really nice irradiate there. Not a good pullout either from XiaoShuai. Oh man, that was incredibly painful. So much damage on these mutas, and he's only got about 4 left. A lot of hydras and lurkers popping out. A lot of lings here too, but he hasn't had any third base mining going, and he's lost a lot of drones in his main. He's only at 20 here all told, so he's not going to be able to field a very large army, whereas RoyaL pumping like a madman, doubling the worker numbers of his opponent, adding on more and more barracks here. A second engineering bay as well, so he's going to be getting armor and attack at the same time. Really gearing up for that late game. You can see +2 just finishing now. +3 going to be started here relatively soon. A bunch of lurkers just get irradiated straight off the bat. We don't even have that third gas mining just yet. XiaoShuai is so broke at this moment. He has no money. Popping out more lurkers is the best that he can do to just keep himself alive. But once the tanks come across the map, what is he going to be able to do against this? That's a lot of lings, of course, but lings not going to trade well against this large bioforce with +2 upgrades. That's so strong. +1 is done for XiaoShuai. A fresh base coming up here for RoyaL. Third base on the way, getting ready for his late game. Coming around, wrapping around. He's going to try and surround this army as best he can. XiaoShuai going for it here. A ton of lings kind of sent off in one direction. You can tell which units are on a hotkey and which units are just being A-clicked across the map. Those Scourge, unfortunately, not coming up to connect here. The lurkers do burrow, but the Marines have been moved back really nicely here. Now getting everything together. XiaoShuai's run out of lings for the most part. He needs to re-rally and get on top of this army, but reinforcements have arrived. RoyaL has a massive army here now in the front, and all the irradiates go down. This is a demoralizing here for XiaoShuai. All of his lurkers have been irradiated. They're damaging each other as well as they run forward. The lurker spines are pretty darn good. A lot of those Marines went down there in that one massive lurker spine, but GG, XiaoShuai taps out and RoyaL gets his revenge. Yes, the ladder is a funny thing. Sometimes you just end up getting the same player over and over again. And this is game number 3 between XiaoShuai and RoyaL. The tiebreaker here between the top, one of the top Terran players in the world and our #1 foreigner, Chinese Zerg player here in the bottom left-hand corner. It is XiaoShuai. RoyaL, of course, needs no introduction. We see him all the time in KCM. He's always bringing us great games, and today is no different. Very, very strong play from him in that last one. I think XiaoShuai is going to be a little scared. I mean, he did get that one quick win with the Ling all-in to start this series off, but that last game was very convincing. RoyaL just solid play. The 1-1-1-2 with the expansion, bringing out the Wraith play and picking XiaoShuai apart there. Really well done. Now he's going to be starting off here on Nemesis once again with a wall-in at the front. Is that Ling tight like that? That's kind of cool. Definitely, you Terran players, you're playing on Nemesis, want to write this one down, take a screenshot or something. This is pretty slick. That's one way you can get your Marines to pop out on the inside of a wall here. Place your supply depot right in that position. Second supply depot going to go right in the middle there, and perfect wall in. Really like it. It's super close to the command center actually, so you can put some turrets here. You know, you're going to be putting turrets here anyway, kind of cover this area a little bit. This is still a bit dangerous having the wall in here. It is slightly vulnerable, of course, to mutas and also to lurker all-ins, but it's going to give him a high amount of confidence here to begin this game. No chance he's going to die to a Ling all-in, and he's starting off again with the factory. Okay, factory play again here on Nemesis. Maybe he's thinking this has worked really well in that last game, might as well go for it again. Or perhaps he just likes this build on this map. Kind of makes sense. There's a lot of islands. Having that air advantage, I mean, it works out well, and he seems to know how to control it very nicely. So I like this decision from RoyaL. I'm gonna throw down his command center here. Has one Marine. This is the power of the wall-in, guys. If you don't know how to do a wall-in like this, and you're a Terran player, you absolutely have to learn it, because this is what you're able to do, is sit here with one Marine and throw down a command center and a factory and a starport, still on one Marine. You have no defenses here, but you're completely confident that you will not get busted as long as you pull your SCVs on time. If there is a Ling all-in, of course, having this SCV on the map, absolutely essential. That's another factor. You just can't forget about this. You have to keep this SCV alive. Continuously scouting, seeing how the larvae are being spent here by our Zerg player. Counting the number of Lings that pop out, making sure that you're not going to get all in, of course. Super important. Here comes the Vulture now. That's going to be its job from now on. SCV will just sit here and continue to scout for that next base. Oh, the surround is pretty good. Damn, that was really close. He almost managed to kill this Vulture right off the bat, but XiaoShuai gonna end up losing all of his Lings, and he doesn't have any sunk in here. So RoyaL gonna come back in and try to get a kill once again. 2-shotting these lings, 3-shot on the drones. If the 3 shots are one right after another, otherwise you will get enough healing going to keep that alive. Now he is going to surround and kill that. I think that Vulture didn't manage to get any drone kills, but it did kill quite a few lings and forced out quite a few more, which are not going to be useful against this wall, especially once another vulture pops. Okay, he's not making vultures. He's only got 1 marine still, so he's going to eat some damage on this. Okay, 2 marines now. Oh my god, that marine was just a little bit too close. 1 more hit, it would have died there, and this might have been a lot harder to hold. As it stands, 2 marines here. Are they going to be able to kill this in time? Oh man, so close. XiaoShuai almost breaking through there, forcing a bit of repair, but loses quite a few lings in the front. Not going the greatest for XiaoShuai here. I hate to say it, he is having a hard time dealing with this 1-1-1. Mutas are on the way. Attack upgrade here as well. XiaoShuai should be getting his Overlord movement speed as well. Just like last game, that is an obvious possibility that your opponent could be going for Wraith with Cloak. So far, though, not actually going to snag that upgrade. He's going to pick off the SCV that's scouting this base here in the center left. Sends his Mutalisk across the map, but 1 Overlord here, it's not enough. You need to bring up more Overlords. And in order to do that, you kind of have to get the Overlord speed. You have to get that movement speed. Wraiths are going across the map. Looks like he's going to find these Mutas here. And Muta's going to retreat immediately over to that Overlord. Overlord being focused down. He gets it so quickly. And now he's going to be able to track down these Mutas. Oh god, this is so painful. He didn't even kill a single one. And 2 Mutas get picked off there. A beautiful play by RoyaL. Putting a little bit too much faith in that 1 single Overlord, and he still hasn't started Overlord movement speed. I'm really scared for XiaoShuai here. No third. Lot of Mutas slowly coming across the map with Overlords. That is kind of a crazy move. Maybe he wants to send the Overlords in this direction, fight with the turrets, and try to take over the main base. That's a possibility here. You're not going to break this, I don't think. 2 turrets and a bunker, especially if that's got 4 marines in it. I'm not sure if it does. 3 marines, pretty strong. Behind a wall, you can't bring lings up to assist either. Just more and more Mutas being produced here. XiaoShuai is going all in. He's on 20 drones. Just enough to continuously produce here a lot of Mutas and keep fighting out on the map. Looks like another Muta went down. XiaoShuai pulling the trigger just a little bit too quickly. These 3 Overlords are his lifeblood. He cannot allow these to die right now. He's got to keep them alive and keep fighting and getting shots on these Wraiths here. Those 2 shots were really high value. And a lot of these Wraiths don't have energy anymore. So RoyaL just going to decloak and start to take the fight here. How many Wraiths do we have? How many Mutas do we have? We've got 6, 7, 8 Wraiths, 3, and wow, okay, a lot of Mutas here. Constant, continuous production from XiaoShuai. He's got to pull a trigger though. Go. He's got to go now. More and more Mutas popping out. He's got to make this happen. Kill these turrets and break the main. Here we go. This is the fight. Jumping right in here. RoyaL taking a lot of pot shots on these Mutas here. Focusing down the turrets right now. Now finally going on to these Wraiths. There's only 4 left. Gonna pick up that last turret. He's got some good shots on these Wraiths. 3 left now. They're all very low. He needs 1 more shot here to finish them off. 1 Wraith left. And how many Mutas do we have? We've got 7 Mutas and 1 Wraith. More Mutas going to arrive. I think this is gonna be it. XiaoShuai gonna have to tap out, or RoyaL gonna have to tap out actually, excuse me. Unless he's got something else up his sleeve. It looks like he's researching, but not going to be enough here. RoyaL taps out. XiaoShuai takes the victory, firing back against this monstrous Terran player. Yes, that's right, boys. Another one. We got another one. RoyaL down here in the bottom right hand corner, XiaoShuai in the top right. This was played on the exact same day, albeit a little bit later. I think there was 1 or 2 games in between this, and then they met on ladder again. So we'll see if RoyaL can get a little vengeance here. Now, in that best of 3, XiaoShuai managed to become the victor, but once again on Nemesis. I think these two players may be getting tired of this map, but nevertheless, I'm going to see a nice little best of 1 here, and a possibility for some revenge from RoyaL. He's going to start off with a barracks here in the front. A little different than his choice of positioning in the last game. He had the barracks right there and a supply depot on this side. Now gonna mix it up a little bit. Maybe he just wants to put the barracks in the front and rally Marines across the map. Yeah, that's probably what it's gonna be. Rally Marines across the map. Second supply depot goes right there, and then he can float back the barracks to this position once he's done the initial harass. So it's gonna be up to XiaoShuai to hold this off. Hopefully he doesn't produce any extra drones here. Gonna send out the drone scout. Unnecessary because his overlord is about to spot this play here from RoyaL, and that's unfortunate. RoyaL would like to have this go unseen here in the early game so that he could possibly get some extra damage. Maybe you know, not have XiaoShuai saving up larva, producing drones instead of keeping that larva. That would be great for him, but instead, you know, XiaoShuai gonna scout him first. He sees that, and yes, there you go. It is going to be that early Marine pressure with the barracks floating back. Once that pressure is over, SCVs are being sent up. First and second Marine are on the way here. What kind of damage can he get done? This spawning pool is taking a bit of time. He's canceled the gas. Gonna throw down a sunken colony here, most likely. Pulling only 4 drones. 4 drones not gonna be enough here. Can he hold this off? The first bunker is out of range of the hatchery. That's enough drones now. He's got about 11 drones now. No, 9 drones, excuse me. 9 drones have been pulled. Focusing down the first one there. RoyaL doing a great job. Gets the first, and a second about to fall here as well. Third goes down also. Gonna get a good surround here. A 4th drone dies. And this is a huge success here for RoyaL. 4 drone kills is massive. That's gonna do him so well going on and going forward in this game. He's gonna immediately go ahead and snag his command center, pull out some Marines here to the front, just produce a few. He's already flowed this back, and he's going to be completely fine here. Looks like he will lift. That's pretty dangerous, but he does manage to do it. Lift off and land before the Lings arrive. And he should be able to just chill here, keep this alive. Maybe XiaoShuai can do some damage to the supply depot. Doesn't look like he wants to do that, though. Maybe going to go for the eggs instead. Look at this. Going after the eggs in the back. XiaoShuai, he knows he's in a bad position. What's going to be the follow-up? Possibility we go Lurker all in. Lurker all in is not a bad idea. However, it's very hard to prevent your opponent from scouting that, because as you can see here, RoyaL just sends his SCV through this base here, through those assimilators, and then up into the main base, and suddenly everything is scouted. So it's a little bit difficult for XiaoShuai to pull that off. A factory on the way, a very quick factory here. Still producing Marines, so it's not going to be a build like we saw in the previous games. It's not going to be a Wraith build. Instead, it's most likely going to be a single starport here, going straight up into a science vessel. If I had to guess, maybe he goes for a Valkyrie here. Depends on what he scans. Got the Academy on the way, so scanners will be coming up shortly. Layer here, and yeah, it is going to be that Lurker all in. Lurker all in for the win. Let's see how it goes here for XiaoShuai. He's breaking through the eggs in the back. Almost through these two. 4 Lings able to take it down very, very quickly. Send these up to the back here and open the way into RoyaL's base. RoyaL sees everything with the SCV as expected here. SCV didn't actually go through this back, went through the front, but unable to block that scout. XiaoShuai's plan has been revealed here. Can he still make it work though? You can see the machine shop on the way. That's going to be for a quick tank. As soon as this is done, we'll have a science facility as well, and a science vessel will be soon to follow. Finally getting over here, he sees the Lings breaking through. This is a big moment now. Throws down a bunker here immediately, or is this a supply depot? Supply depot. Okay, I'm gonna throw down a supply depot on this high ground. Lings are breaking through. Lurkers are gonna be morphing here in the front. As soon as this Lurker upgrade is done, 3-hat Hydra Lurker here. Lurker Ling on the way. XiaoShuai trying to break through this egg, but oh man, all that work he did is going to be for naught here, because RoyaL gonna come up right now and kill this assimilator. There's no way for XiaoShuai to stop this from occurring, and the moment that this goes down, Lurkers can no longer pass through this back area. A really big moment here for RoyaL as he finishes off that assimilator, even stimming to power that down as quickly as possible. He's gonna go after the second assimilator as well. Now it's going to be even Lings won't be able to make it through once this second assimilator is down, but here comes the Lurkers up to the front. Gonna start to hit this supply depot. 2 bunkers here in the back. The siege mode is about to finish, and as soon as that finishes, this Lurker attack is going to be no more. Look at that positioning here as well. Beautiful for RoyaL. He's gonna focus on this Lurker in the back, get as much damage as possible from that. How do you ever break through here with Lurkers as Zerg? The positioning on the tanks is too good, man. I think maybe you might be able to get here with the Lurkers and hit this, but the tanks are in such a nice spot. It would be so difficult to get through here, and even though there was a wall in, because RoyaL was so on top of this play, he manages to keep even these supply depots in the front alive, and now he's going to start to push out here. Do we have some Scourge on the field now for XiaoShuai? No. A ton of drones being produced and sent to work now. He's actually forgotten about this third hatchery. Not actually having it rallied is a big mistake. There's the Spire on the way, so Spire is quite late. Third base here. There's a lot of drones on the field. 32 drones. He's got great saturation right now, and a hive is finished. But is it going to be enough? This push is deadly. RoyaL rolling up the map here. Can he be stopped at this point? I don't think so. We've got Irradiate about a quarter of the way done. Lurkers and Lings in behind are going to be available to catch any rallying units. The first Lurker gets picked off here. Second goes down immediately after. More Lurkers are on the way now, but Hydra's just popping out and getting killed instantly. I can't believe that's in range. From behind, Lurkers run up, but immediately picked off here. That was a great spine, but not good enough, I think, to hold on to this base. Drones are being evacuated here. A ton of them are going down. About 10 have already fallen. Lings are going to pop out and immediately die. And GG, XiaoShuai taps out. RoyaL is victorious, making the score 2-2 between these two behemoth players. An excellent back and forth there between the two of them. We saw a great variety of games. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We rarely see rushes on the channel, so I thought we'd mix it up a little bit. We get a few rush games there, quite a few quick games. I think none of these games went over 15 minutes. All of them were about 6 to 9 minutes long, so bit of a mix-up, bit of a change-up here on the channel. Hope you guys liked it. Anyway, that's it for me for today. I'll see you guys in the next video.